time in his career.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, James to throw first. Game on!
And it's Mark Webster alongside me for the opening quarter-final of the night. Still first to 6 in the quarters. It is James Wade and Nathan Aspinall duking it out for a spot in the semis.
Impressed with both throughout the event for different reasons. Nathan Aspinall came here harbouring very little hopes. Actually said to me he'd be happy if he won his first game when he took the #1 seed out, Joe Cullen, this afternoon. Not at his best, but work in progress. Nathan Aspinall, he's trying to get back to fitness. He's managing the injury more than anything because it's going to be there. He's just got to get used to it. But on the flip side, James Wade was ruthless this afternoon against Kim Ibrex. The player he generally beats anyway, but he demolished Kim Ibrex this afternoon. A 117, a 164 in there, and if he performs like he did this afternoon, it's an uphill task for the Asp.
100.
Yeah, I'll hold my hands up. I had written Nathan Aspinall off as a potential champion before this weekend. Now, the fact he's got to the final session, I don't think he can write off any of the guys. They could turn it on for the next 3 hours, 3.5 hours, even with the injury. Nathan Aspinall could just go into some sort of zone, play through the pain. But I have to say he's impressed me with how he's coped with things. We haven't seen him playing for a while. He's obviously been struggling, and he's done well to take care of Jeff Smith and then Joe Cullen, who are, he's not been given an easy draw.
100. James should require 106.
He came here, look, he was on a bit of a whim, didn't he? Just trying to see what could happen. He's going to walk off that stage satisfied regardless of the result here, I think.
60.
If he wins, he'd be elated. And he could well do that, but I think it's gone better than he thought it would. He said to me on Thursday, he's running on average of about 90, which he knows won't win titles, but if he could work with him, he said win the first round, he's won 2, so I'm saying he's happy. But Nathan Aspinall wants to challenge for big titles. He's won them before and he wants to get back to that, but it's going to take time. And
Game show, the first leg. James Wade.
Tidy start from James Wade.
Yeah, well, Nathan is currently running on an average of 90 for the tournament. So it's a pretty fair assessment from him when he spoke to him.
He said managing his practice as well is key. Nathan likes to pound the board, but he's going to aggravate the injury. He's got to have practice in little intervals, but it's got to be practice of quality. There's no point in just wasting time throwing at a board, and he knows that. And going forward, I think he will develop a plan, and we'll see how his arm holds up after the event. Big event next week in UK Open. Just got to keep ticking over Nathan, and hopefully he learns to deal with it and gets back to the Nathan Aspinall that won the UK Open, that won on the World Series, and was a Premier League finalist.
Yeah, I mean, let's have it right. Nathan Aspinall has been in the Premier League 2 campaigns, and he's reached the playoffs on both occasions. He has gone toe-to-toe with the best in the world, and he has more than held his own. He's got a number of PDC titles to his name, some rankings, some he's got big stage titles, got the major one in the UK Open, but he also picked up one of the World Series. And when he has been playing at his best, he has given us some incredible displays.
And the second year he made the playoffs, he went to the deciding leg with Jose de Souza, and that was
57.
The advantage of throwing first eventually got Jose over the line, but Nathan Aspinall certainly wasn't out of place in the Premier League, and he'll hope one day he can be selected. But for now, the priority is managing this injury and trying to level up this quarter-final here in Riesa.
Double top.
Game show, the second leg.
Nathan Aspinall with a 15
third leg, James.
Now, he's only done it once so far in this game, but he does have this little sort of hitch at the start of his throw. Now, when he was doing it a lot in his opening game against Jeff Smith, it wasn't there so much against Joe Cullen this afternoon, and I still don't exactly know what it is, but he hasn't been playing a lot of darts, and he's just sort of feeling his way back. Nathan is a player who very often you see him line things up and he'll stop and then have another go. He does that a lot.
59.
But let's just see where this goes. I grabbed literally a few seconds with him earlier on this afternoon and said, oh, I thought you looked a lot smoother this afternoon than it did yesterday.
60.
And he said, look, I don't even want to think about what that technical issue is. I'm just going to carry on throwing and see where we go.
don't think it's anything to worry about. I think he's just maybe feeling a little niggle and just compensating for the pain. Look, pain in your arm is going to take you out of sync, and it has done. It did with Nathan a lot against Jeff Smith. We didn't this afternoon. We've seen it once here. But here's a player who likes to readjust anyway. He's very good. If he's not gripping the dart properly, he will readjust. And we see players sometimes getting caught in the moment in a match and just throw it. You know, similar to when you've got a loose stem, you don't tighten your stem. Nathan likes to throw every dart and make sure it's perfect. So I don't think it's an overly concern. I think it's probably linked to the little niggle he's got. So
it probably is something in his feeling, something in his shoulder or in his elbow or whatever.
86.
Or his forearm.
James require 150.
At least 115. Wade isn't going to take the 150, and this is a chance for Nathan Aspinall. He's already taken out a one treble combo finish just over the ton.
Nathan,
this is a very similar shot.
115.
Starting up the board. 15 for tops. He's already killed 107 in this leg. The match
James
there, 115. Really good from Nathan Aspinall.
Full play. Nathan had thrown
He's playing
first.
to the standard he said he was coming into the tournament at, and he's doing enough. Aspinall gets the first break in this quarter-final.
That is the first 180 of this quarter-final. Nathan Aspinall really putting James Wade under pressure.
Nathan Aspinall actually said to me as well, James Wade is one of the players who's kept in touch in the most, checking up on his injury.
42.
Slips into the treble one there, Nathan, but good to see him back. I like watching Nathan Aspinall, gives 100% every time he's on the hockey.
He's an exciting player to watch, isn't he? He gives everything. He's expressive, he's exciting, he's quick, he's got the whole package, and he's a winner. He's a proven winner. He can hit those monster averages. Doesn't do it all the time, doesn't do it as often as somebody like Gerwyn Price or Peter Wright, but he can hit them, and he's going to make it exciting.
With his first match, but Aspinall still gets a crack at 142 here to put some daylight between the two, and another one of them for tops. Unlucky.
Well, he would have really fancied having a go at tops, having taken out 2 ton plus checkouts on tops in the previous 2 legs.
James require 81.
Wade can't find the bullseye. He was not missing anything earlier on against Kim Hybrex. But he could be punished here. Is it a third leg on the spin on tops?
Game shot on the fourth leg. Nathan Aspinall.
Good dart from Nathan Aspinall. 60 is not an easy combination when your darts stick up in the board, and Aspinall didn't have a great deal to look at there. About, say, half an inch to the left of the dart, but he found the tops, and that's 3 from 4 on doubles, 3 from 4 on tops. Aspinall, bit of breathing space.
It is, as always, draw bracket order. So the winner of this plays the winner of the next game. That is Noppert versus Price.
97.
Then we'll look at the other half of the draw. Dimitri Vandenberg, the only non-seed to get through to the quarterfinals. The Belgian will take on Johnny Clayton, with the winner of that facing either Peter Wright or Michael Smith in a repeat of the World Championship final.
You mentioned Dimitri not being a seed. He is a seed in the next 2. Remember, these seedings come from halfway through last year. Aspinall drops out the seedings. With him not featuring in the next European tours, he didn't go to the qualifiers, did he, Dan? So if he can win this, 6,500 towards the European Championship finals.
Yeah, and look, even if we don't see him for a few weeks on the Euro Tour, if we don't see him for a few months on the Euro Tour, he'd still have a base from which to work when the back end of the year, hopefully when he is 100% fit, get himself back on the Euros, pick up a handful of wins, and he's at the European Championship. And here we go. Can't take out the 161, but he does leave himself very handy. And James Wade, incredible on the doubles, doesn't particularly like this one. Oh, he's
Game shot on the fifth leg.
That's it. Nathan probably thinking the same as you there, Dan. Left hand to that side of the ball, not our favourite. But James Wade pins a double 16, gets back within 1. Key leg for James Wade. I've stressed it many a time throughout the tournament weekend. You go a couple of breaks down in a race to 6. Against the calibre of players on show here, you are going to struggle.
Tiny stuff, isn't it? A trio of 15 dart legs. James Wade hitting back with his best leg, or the best leg of the match, a 13 darter. But the Asp was waiting to pounce in that one. He was on a potential 13 darter himself, and you can see the average has climbed for both players. Getting up towards the 100 mark for Wade, mid-90s for Nathan. And this is progress for Nathan Aspinall. As I say, look, I was hearing horror stories when I spoke to his manager a few weeks ago. I spoke to Nathan, I interviewed Nathan just before the World Championship when it was actually a bit of a secret. He hadn't told anybody about the injury he was suffering and the treatment he was having. But there were real concerns. He was like, oh, I might have to have this in some sort of a sling for months. It could kill my career. But this is a really encouraging weekend from him, irrespective of how this game finishes. At the moment, though, he's still in a very good position to keep his run going.
I echo that, Dan. I think he had to come here and try and take something positive away. If Wadey rattles off the next 4 legs, wins his match 6-3, I don't think Nathan Aspinall could not look on this weekend other than positively. His arm is held up, he's played some good darts, he's played above what he said his average was at the minute. So that's got to be a positive, and he's competing.
Yeah, it ain't over yet. I mean, look, Nathan Aspinall could wake up tomorrow and his arm's 3 times the size and we've got a real problem. But at the minute, things are okay. James Wade on double 10.
20.
Doesn't work out.
Nathan,
you are on the TV. On DAZN across various countries in Europe.
And China, 6 leg.
Nathan Aspinall.
7th leg, James.
4 legs in 15, 15, 15 and 16 darts. It's steady from Aspinall, and it's above what he set his target was. And he's keeping a lid on things, Nathan, as well. It's looking like he's just trying to channel his focus on playing darts. The emotion will come at big moments, but it's a subdued Nathan Aspinall, but a focused Nathan Aspinall. I like what I'm seeing.
Well, these Euro Tour weekends, you can't. I know. Look, you've got to give it 100% in every single game, of course, but they are long nights. You've got to get up for 3 games in this evening session with all the walk-ons and everything else. Got to pace yourself a bit. You can't go and be walking off after your quarter-final absolutely exhausted, because then you'll be taking on another top player and another one after that if you win.
And the format creeps up in the semi-finals. It's only 1 more leg, but it's a longer format. Remember, the players have played the last 16 this afternoon as well. So you want to win today, you've got to play 4 matches.
17th segment. James Wade wants the ball again. James Wade misses the ball again, and Nathan Aspinall once again is waiting to strike.
92.
Aggressive, I like it. Double 16. That is quality for Nathan Aspinall. 11th dart breaker throw. He's now throwing for the match. Aspinall is averaging 100, just over 100. Wade 101. It's a quality encounter, but Aspinall, this epitomises doing the right things at the right time. And Aspinall is in no mood to let up. Credit the Asp.
Genuinely didn't think he had this in him this weekend, Nathan Aspinall. He would have certainly questioned whether he did. But what a comeback this is from Nathan Aspinall. 5 darts perfect out of the first 6 in this one as he throws for the match against James Wade.
He'd have thought he'd have had to scrap. He's done that, Danny. He probably didn't envisage a performance like this. This is Nathan Aspinall of old. Nathan Aspinall wins titles, 103 average. You maintain this, he could be lifting the trophy later on this evening. And that would be a remarkable story. I think we're all just pleased to see Nathan Aspinall throwing well again. And to do a job on James Wade like this, when James Wade's played well, a testament to how good of achievement this will be for Nathan tonight.
57.
And he's almost there.
Nathan, you require 104.
He won't get a match start in this visit. The last time they met actually was a Euro Tour quarter-final. Nathan Aspinall beat him in Gibraltar, beat him by 6 legs to 2.
It was their 5th meeting in the last 7 Euro Tours. They come across each other quite a lot. Aspinall won 3 of them. He's about to make it 4 if he pins this double 8. He does pin this double eight. That is impressive from Nathan Aspinall. Incredible performance. There's the average, 102. James Wade played well as well, but Nathan Aspinall came in here to this event.
Und gratulieren unserem ersten Halbfinalisten, the Nathan Aspinall. Nathan, wow, that was a fantastic game. James was playing all right, but you were borderline unplayable. Tom plus average, double percentage over 80%. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's nice to. I've come to a tournament with no expectations. I think that's what it is. You know, I was quite happy as a seeded player. You have to win your first game to get your ranking money. That was all I wanted to do. Win my first game. You know, it helped me rankings, but obviously I played well this afternoon against the informed guy and James World number 4. And yeah, I've played really well then, but I've got no expectations. I'm just trying to enjoy the game. This crowd are amazing, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. And I hear them shouting my name and I want to perform for them. But yeah, great result and really happy. I can't believe I'm in the semis, to be honest.
I mean, we know you are a major champion. You've never won a European tour even, but that would be quite a comeback to pull.
Listen, if I win this European tour this week, I'm not going to say what I do, but I'll be buzzing. You know what I mean? It's you got to take every game as it comes, and to make the semi-final in my first game back, considering, you know, I'm not fully fit. You know, I'm really proud of myself. But these guys are helping me through it, and yeah, it's brilliant. On to later on.
Nathan, it's great to have you back. Congratulations on a fantastic performance. Im Halbfinale, the Nathan Aspinall.